Listening Colour.
Hi everyone, welcome to Listening Colour with me, Rachel Walker-Mason. We are returning to some more Maphra today because I love her. Let's hear some more.
Cut down the altar! Vision wearing, deep is fake. Dirty gold, the colors change. Hands are frozen, feel no pain. I just wanna hold the flame. Negative
I love her. I love that she just went straight in with that big sound. Like, she's amazing. And she just stands there with this angelic, kind of like a dark cherub. Like, she's just amazing. And then suddenly this voice comes out and you're like, what? I love that being the opening line. And then she pulls it right back in and goes into this very like mellow, like bedroom pop kind of sound that's just haunting and beautiful. It just looks so easy for her. Wow. Like, she's got it all. This woman, she has got it all. And thank you so much for your comments on the last video I did of Maphra. And you gave me lots of information that I didn't know. And I'm sorry for anyone I offended by wondering if she was an AI, only because she is so perfect. I'm not trying to harm her image or anything like that. So I'm sorry if I offended anyone. She's just got this vocal presence that is so rare that I was just stunned by her.
change. Hands are frozen, feel no pain. I just wanna hold the flame. Negative feedback loop, I'm spinning out of control. This sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is cold. There you go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of a murder. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Try to cut down the altar. It could all be yours, but just circling the flame.
Oh, now she really surprised me then, because I thought she was going to go into her full heavy rock voice, but didn't. And I really like that choice, because we know that she can just flip in and out of it, seemingly at the drop of a hat at any pitch. Like, she can hit really high notes in that voice and mid-range and low notes. It seems that she's just limitless. But I love that she sang the chorus in a kind of fuller voice. It was a little bit more like Floor from Nightwish, more that, or Amy Lee, that kind of like denser female rock voice. It had that kind of sound to it. She sounds different to them. I can tell it's a different voice, but that kind of quality, that kind of denseness of sound. And I love that she made that choice there, because it was just beautiful. So she's already shown us 3 vocal styles, and we're only 1 minute 23 into the song, and she's shown us 3 very clear vocal styles and how she absolutely masters them. I can see why people absolutely love her and want to be able to sing like her, because she just gives such clear examples of those vocal qualities of being in thin folds, that very soft, not pushing too much air through, and then being in that really dense rock quality, and then a little bit more tilt. So she's got not exactly an operatic sound, but there's more sing-songy kind of quality to it. Like, she just makes excellent choices with the song. And looking at the lyrics, she really kind of illustrates the lyrics beautifully. Feel the weight of a martyr. It could all be yours. Cut down the altar. Whoa. It's like heavy, dense imagery. I love that. It's like this kind of melodrama in the best possible way. Yeah, I love this negative feedback loop. I'm spinning out of control. The sickly sweetness is crushing me. It's beautiful, sickly sweetness, and she does that so nicely. That's called a sibilant. So you've got sickly sweetness, but she does it in a slightly kind of bitter way, as if she doesn't like it, doesn't like the taste of it in her mouth, and she just colours words in such an interesting way. It makes you want to dive into the lyrics and wonder who she's singing about or what she's singing about, because she has such intention the way she does things.
Trade a cup down the altar. It could all be yours, but you're circling the flame. Nothing sacred, nothing lost. When birds of prey invade my thoughts, they promise that we'll feel that pain. Not strong enough to hold the flame. Negative feedback loop, I'm spinning out of control. This sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is cold, let go. This could all be.
She does some lovely little little flips into her higher voice there, where she just completely lets go and lets that yeah so she's in like full voice like that little kind of almost yodel sound that she does there. She does it with such ease, like her body doesn't have any tension in it. It's just incredible, the sound she makes. It's like a woman who's much older in terms of her vocal capacity, but she looks so young to be able to do all these things. So this is a Spiritbox song, I think. So I don't know much Spiritbox, but I did get to see them perform Soft Spine at the Grammys, and I really like her take on their song. It's beautiful. It's like, if I didn't know it was someone else's song, I would have thought she'd written it, because it just fits her voice so beautifully.
Me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is cold, let go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of the mighty. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Trade a cut down the altar. It could all be yours, but you're circling the flame.
I love how, and she does this in the other video that I watched as well and reacted to, where she uses that kind of screamo. I know some of you don't like me using that term, but that kind of tense, like pulling her false vocal folds in. She uses that quite sparingly here, rather than it being a whole chunk of like 2 phrases of that. She only puts it on some words. So she goes into the phrase not using it, then puts it on a couple of words, and then brings it off again. And it's just really a really smart use of it. It's like she's saying to us, I can do it, but when I want to, rather than it becoming a kind of gimmick that every chorus I do is like that. And I love that she uses it when she wants to add an extra bit of density and texture, and it just makes those words, oh, I don't know, they just hit you in a more kind of visceral way. Oh my gosh, that bridge section was everything. Like, she's used that power sparingly until then, when she just absolutely laid into it. And it was almost like pitchless. So she often sings in that style, but here it was more spoken. And it just, she was able to drop in and out of singing into speaking so easily. And a lot of singers find that really hard, because because we sing and speak with the same piece of equipment, it's all larynx. But when we're singing, we're in this slightly tilted, la, I'm singing, and you have to come out of that and start talking. And a lot of singers, when they're singing, if there's a spoken bit in a song, they find it really hard to stop tilting because they're still thinking about singing, and then they can't get into talking. And just going back to that, they find it really difficult. So quite often I train singers to not sing in moments like this. Or a classic is Katy Perry's Raw. Held me down, but I got up, hey. And they'll go, I got up, hey. And you're like, no, don't sing that note. It's pitchless. But they can't get out of the tilt into speaking. But Maphra does it with such ease. And that bridge is so dark and powerful, and it is like a different person. It's unbelievable that one person can do all of this, and then drops back into the chorus, into that more tilted da na 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 na, and it being this beautiful sound again. It's just, I mean, what more can I say? Just amazing. Does she tour? Does she perform live? Because I would really like to go and see her. So if you're a fan of hers and you know these things about her, please tell me, because I'm into this.
This could all be yours. Feel the weight of a mighty. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Try to cut down the altar. It could all be yours, but you're circling the flame. Feel the weight of a mighty, a traitor watching me. Birds of prey never falter. This could all be yours. This could all be yours. Circle with me.
Wow. The oh, be yours, oh, that's a really high note. And she's using that constriction there on that pitch and just belting the life out of it. That's a very awkward, that's kind of right on the break of the voice, where a voice might have that awkward kind of crack if you try and push it too hard. But she just has a total command over her voice and the choices she makes. And every time she makes a different vocal choice, I sort of think, yeah, that is exactly the right one. Just perfection. Love it. Color-wise in this one, it's very kind of dark, crimson-y reds. And then when she goes into that kind of bit of her voice, it kind of drops these blues into the dark blues into the top. I get a lot of very rich kind of like velvets and kind of things. It feels like this quite dense plush texture when she sings. It's quite oppressive, but in the best possible way, like being enveloped in a load of velvet blankets. It's amazing. I love that. Working in the music industry is not well paid. So if you would like to support me, you can do so by buying me a coffee or a tea, as I say, because I'm British. The link is just here. I want to say thank you to everyone who's already done this. It is so unbelievably kind of you all to give your hard-earned money to me. Like, you can watch these videos for free. You don't have to support me. And my family and I are so grateful. So thank you so much. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And remember to have a colourful day.
Listening.